10, 9, ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is June 18th, 2022, and you're listening to the Alien Probe Podcast. I'm Doug, and joining me today is Dr. Bill. Bill, what's happening?
Hey.
What's new?
Hey, nothing much. Trying to get my chair.
Talking for like two. Well,
there we go.
Hour, then 1 hour of my computer not working.
Well, yeah. Well, and for some reason my chair was rock. So I want to make sure my chair rocks.
Like you haven't. When's the last time you restarted that computer? Because we couldn't get Discord to come.
Oh yeah, I couldn't. There was problems, and then it took.
Like I have no sound.
Then it took 40 minutes.
It took 45 minutes to get to shut it down and have it do all its updates. So here we are.
That's the problem with having a PC.
Yeah, PCs, Apple, you know.
Hey.
So Mac Mini.
Mac Mini.
I have a Mac Mini. I just don't use it.
Hey,
Robert, if you're listening, sorry, Robert, our senior producer there, or whatever. He's a diehard. You guys are diehard Apples.
Works. I like it.
So what do we got today? What you want? Where would you like to start? We have a few things to talk about.
Oh, yeah. You're really excited about Skinny Bob, so why don't we start with that?
Skinny Bob?
Yeah, which
Skinny Bob was sent to. This week I've got a new. I have a new job. And I'm not going to talk about the job, which I'd never do. But I have a coworker that is a huge UFO fan, and he has listened to, the Alien Probe podcast, and now everybody in my office knows I do it. So hopefully I won't be labeled a crackpot. But
too late.
But he brought us.
Too late.
Too late.
Too late.
They should have known before they hired me anyway. But so he brought me a couple things. He brought me Skinny Bob. And it's on YouTube, and it's Ivan0135 on YouTube if you guys want to check it out. And it's got 4 short videos, and they're of these. It's a UFO. First of all, one of them is a UFO video. They're only a couple minutes long, and they're allegedly from Russia. I don't know how this guy got them, but it's got the UFO, and it's videoed from above, and then it's got it hovering, and then it's got a crashed UFO with dead alien, and then it's got a video of Skinny Bob, the alien, and it's got the eyes. This differing from what we usually know about aliens. The eyes actually blink in its eyelids, and what the gentleman I work with. And he won't come on the show, unfortunately. This guy's a diehard UFO guy. I tried to get him to come on. He won't come on. Only one of us gets to be a crackpot, I guess. And so look at the eyes. We were kind of watching it. He's look at the eyes blinking, And it was. And I saw it, and I said, holy, it made the hair on my neck go up. And the way they videoed it was like a Brownie, the old Brownie video cameras. And I'm sure it could be faked. Probably, but it looked so real. I got really, I don't know. What did you think about it?
Well, I didn't see the one that you sent me. I'm looking for the link.
Yeah, you go to YouTube, IVAN0135.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the link right now that you sent me.
Another podcast was listening to it. This is one that's got like 3 guys and 2 girls behind them in like a studio or like a theater fashion, and they were talking about it also.
Just recently.
Yeah, I don't know how recent that is, but it was annoying, so I turned that off and looked for the original. Probably like somebody watching us.
So I'm putting up now. So I I found the original. You sent me a screen capture of something from Reddit, and I found I found the original video on that site, and I watched that one. So I'm looking at the first video. Treaty 2304, these meetings would take place in secrecy. Limited number of special agents would escort visitors. So they've been high ranking according to the document, blah, blah, blah. I don't know what this is. Show me some aliens. I don't want any words. It's just showing me words. Why are these?
Yeah, if you go to the Ivan 0135 on YouTube, it show you go
Yeah.
to the like
Okay, so here it's talking about things and meetings and confidential. I'm not seeing any
yeah.
aliens. Is this just like
It
oh,
comes
here we
in the
go.
second.
Here we go. All right. So I'm in the. All right, gonna make it slow. Okay, so we got weird. Oh yeah, this is also in the original video that I found. They're like cutting what they did in this site, the Ivan one, is they've cut the original video down and split it up into like 6 different videos. And this is the aliens with the big giant heads walking
Yeah.
around in the skinny bodies. And I'm wondering, why do they have why is this a alien? And this is what people think that future humans would be like. We just have massive brains, like the butt heads in the old Star Trek episode.
Yes.
And I think, yeah.
That's one theory, is that they're from the future.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another theory that has come all of the multiple theories of where they come from. But
All right, I'm looking. So anyway, they got the one where they're walking around. There's a lot of words.
it's where multiple aliens are walking. Is it that one?
Yeah.
There's one where there's a little group of them walking that they filmed. They weren't supposed to film it. I mean, the whole story is it wasn't, the meeting wasn't supposed to be filmed, but somebody filmed it and it got out and something happened. I don't know.
I don't know. This one is showing a bunch of stuff. Here's the blinking one. I'll actually put that up.
That is, but it's freaky. I mean, because of the way it's aged, they've reproduced it, possibly, probably, I don't know, of it being aged and filmed like on a brownie camera.
Yeah,
because
the
tech it would take if it was really that old, we couldn't do that back then. But
the thing is it has a timestamp on it, a digital timestamp on the bottom, and that suggests it's like a VCR type recorder on tape.
Right.
You remember those? They would put it on timestamp. Just watch the new Stranger Things where they're using the videotape and it puts this timestamp on the bottom.
Yeah.
But so yeah, this is pretty cool. And then they show the scan up. I got it running at slow speed. All these videos on the Ivan one are taken from a single long video from another site, which I looked at. I found the original video, which had posted 6 years ago. And this looks like.
Does it have a longer version? I'd like to see more.
Yeah, I'll get you that link.
Give me the link. I'd like to see the entire thing because I mean, as far as what I feel like could be legit, I usually debunk everything.
Well, the only thing I can tell you from the one that was blinking where they do the pan up is it looks like a female to me because it has wide hips.
Yeah.
And I'm going back. I'm looking at it now. This is a segment that I'll put up on it'll be up on this where we can see it. Okay, so yeah, it looks like if this was fake, it's really well done.
Yeah. But yeah, it made the hair on my neck go up. It was so realistic.
Yeah, the blinking is interesting.
And your typical alien depiction just has big black eyes, no eyelids, and it's amazing that this video has something that's probably more would be real, where it is able to blink.
Really long fingers, wide hips and narrow shoulders like a woman. So if this was fake, this would be a woman. And then it does the blink again. And then the big giant brain.
The bulbous head.
Yeah. And it looks like a wing or something above. Oh, and then
it's doing the height. It's like it's a gauge that's gauging its height.
Okay. And then there's like a close-up of an eye or something. I don't know what this is. Okay. So yeah,
it is. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I don't know. I just this is the most realistic looking video that I've seen, and I know it's old, and they've made it look old. If they did, because we couldn't do the tech this well to fake it back when it was. I mean, the real video was not ages ago. It was You know,
Eight,
like
eight years
maybe.
8 years ago, this was originally put up on the internet by.
But when it was when it was actually filmed, it was like it was filmed with a Brownie camera,
Well, they have
the old,
the timestamp has been blacked out at the bottom, so
So
there's
we
like
really don't
there's a
know.
black square where the year would be.
So yeah, that could mean that
And it looks like
fake. I don't know.
to me it looks like a video camera recording because of the digital timestamp, and then it's been, you can make it, but it looks like film. It looks like old film.
Yeah.
So it might be, you could say that this was a video camera recording. Oh, and there's a dead alien. Ooh, cool. This is a video camera recording of an actual film, is what it looks like, is what I would say it is.
They did the film, and somebody recorded the film
with
with
a
a video camera.
Video camera, yep. And then there's the
Which
body.
is because you're not going to get the film, or you know what I mean?
The original film, yeah.
I mean, it's just, I was blown away. I mean, it's
close up.
Wish it was longer.
There's a different body or something. Oops. All right. Yeah, this is the original video. Let me pull up the link. I'm gonna send it to you. Maybe not. There we go. And I'm gonna text you the
longer. How long's the other one?
it's a few minutes. It's like 3 minutes. So I will text you.
Yeah, because all of them together, there's 4 of them, and if you add them all together, they're. And the other thing I want to mention is the thing has over the one video. If you look on YouTube, are you on the YouTube?
Yeah.
Or it has over 800,000 views.
Well, I'm looking at
800. One of them has 800. Did you see the one?
Oh, I don't see it. Why isn't it here? 4 available videos are hidden. Why are they hidden? I don't know. I don't know how to use the computer. Right,
is this your new laptop, Bill?
No, this is the.
Bill got a new laptop.
I got a new old laptop.
He's excited.
Yeah.
It's the little things in life.
Yeah, it boots in 17 seconds instead of 45 minutes, like a.
You've had a slow week. You've had a slow week, sir.
Well, I was
timing your reboot of your computer.
Well, I bought a used laptop, so I was checking everything out. 17 seconds to boot instead of 45 minutes. Why isn't it in here?
He discovered that it would belong to a female.
It did, because it had her name.
You can't wipe everything out, people. Remember that.
That's right. I thought I'd saved this. Well, maybe I didn't. Likes, see all. Watch later. All right.
Are you able to see the views? How many views each one's got?
Yeah, I'm trying to. This is not what I'm looking for. I have.
It's just if you go on the YouTube site to Ivan's YouTube site, it'll give you all the videos and how many views they've had.
This is why you should never change your. Okay, here we go. I got it.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's called Back to the Future. The original one was posted April 12th, 2014. It only has 1,000 views.
There's one on his channel, the Ivan channel.
Yeah, but this is the original. This is the original full-length video, which is 3 minutes and 41 seconds. And I'm gonna.
What channel? Whose is it? That's not Ivan.
It's Hagval.
Yeah, see, Ivan is the one you got to go to. Ivan.
Well, this is
0135.
This is the. I'm sending you the link for this one. This is the full-length video without all the added text.
Okay.
Pretty sure, and I just sent you the link to that. Yep.
Well, they could be one and the same person.
Maybe.
I don't know.
This is somebody. This guy does music now. It's like, but
Okay.
this was originally uploaded 8 years ago. And let me put the speed. Well, it shows.
My point I'm trying to get to is that on the 0135 site, he has over 800,000 views, and he's not monetizing it.
Huh.
I didn't look myself, but these other podcasters came on and they were talking about it, and he goes, why, one of their points is this guy's not even trying to monetize this, and he probably could.
This one is showing a bunch of Russian This is like from a documentary or something. It's showing a bunch of Russian. Oh, this is the wrong video. Why do I have this video? I showed
Stand by.
Stand by. Okay. Let's go here again. Come on. Here it is. All right. Here's the original video. It's 1 minute and 33 seconds. It has, I'm going to send you the link. It has, it's all the video combined from that other site.
Yeah.
And it has 26,168 views. And this was posted April 23rd, 2014. Oh, this guy posted the other video on Russian space program at the same time. That's why I have that one saved too. So here's the original Skinny Bob video that was shown on Reddit from the Russian dude. Okay. And it's 1 minute and 30 seconds. And
that's one of the 4. If you go to Ivan's, he's got 4.
Well, this is what Ivan did is he took this video and he cut it up into a bunch of different videos.
How long is this video?
1 minute and 33 seconds. And it's all the videos that you'll see on the other site.
Okay.
I'll put it up on, while we're talking about this, I'll put it up so it'll play while we're talking about it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, my point being, one of those videos that he chopped up has over 800,000 views.
I'm not surprised.
And he hasn't monetized it.
Well,
and
it's hard.
Maybe he doesn't know how.
Well, he may not. He can't. He doesn't own this.
Oh, because it's a copyright thing.
I don't think it's. I don't know if it's copyrighted or not. It's just like this was.
I'd still do it.
This was put up 8 years ago by this guy. Here's the blinking alien. That's really cool.
It's badass.
It is.
And I just can't see how. Yeah, I'm sure it could be faked. I mean, I don't know anything about.
Oh, of course it can be.
Yeah, but they've done a great job. If they did.
But the pan
between making it look old, like, because it kind of looks like could be from the 40s. Filmed with a brown. I don't know when the Brownie camera come out.
Brownie cameras came out.
Yeah.
You mean the old? This is
the Brownie video. The one that.
No, in the
in the 50s anyway. Because I used to.
The film quality looks like the old. It looks like 1930s film. Oops, that's it. Wow, stop it! Now I got some other thing playing.
Advertisement for Russian war brides.
Ukraine war brides.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ukrainian women are beautiful. It's amazing.
They are. Okay, so I'm gonna kill this. Yeah, so this is the original video, and then the other guy, it might have been this guy, cut it up, and it's in Russian. The title is in Russian, and it it says Skinny Bob. I'll send you the. So this is the one that was posted on Reddit. Whenever that was posted, here's the title in Russian. Yeah, that'll send. So there you go.
Cool.
But yeah, we will. Well, it's interesting. Although the alien, to me, looks like the shape is of a young woman, with the wide hips and the narrow shoulders. So I would. It's either a female alien or it could be a female in costume for this thing. It's It's pretty cool.
It's
cool.
Good.
It's very cool.
It's good. They've done. If it's fake, they did a hell of a good job making it look old and doing the features. And it's because it tripped me out about they're measuring the height because they got that paddle thing over its head in one of the videos. I think that's measuring its height.
It looks like an airplane wing to me or something.
Is it? Yeah, I thought it was one of those that showed, that gauge you used to have when you were
the ruler with the thing would pop out. It's on the scale, the balance that they would weigh you with. You'd pull that thing out.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to do an evaluation on it. It was I don't know. It's the most real.
It's
the most real video I've ever seen.
It's an interesting video. So yeah, and then there was another
Yeah.
video that came up recently, which was the kid and his dad on the beach
The blimp
with
or UFO.
blimp or UFO, and that was
It was,
interesting.
it was hovering. It wasn't moving. Could have been a blimp. I don't know. It didn't look like a blimp, but the kid, they were remarking.
The kid
Um,
goes, "It's a blimp." Cute, cute video. But it speaks to the lack of resolution of cameras, phone cameras and stuff, because you can't really tell anything.
yeah.
The cameras will get better, but that one, when they
Well,
blow it up, you can't see anything.
it's interesting because it was in Oceanside. That's down in L.A., isn't it?
I guess, I don't know. If it's down in LA, I'd say it's more likely it's a blimp.
How old is it? I didn't look at the date.
I don't know. I didn't see.
Yeah, because it's L.A. ocean area there's a lot of alleged UFO activity.
Yeah, well, there was the guy in the jetpack, which is sort of unresolved.
Whatever happened with that? Did we ever
Nothing.
find that guy? It was Elon Musk flying around.
Well, there is a local company that has a jetpack, an active jetpack in that area. So I don't know.
Can you just buy one of those? Can you just
No,
buy one?
they're experimental, but there is a company that you can actually go out. I think you can pay them to do like a little Iron Man sort of lift off with their jetpack. You can actually you give them like $1,000 or something, and they will put this jetpack on you, and you can like rise up and hover for 5 feet above the ground for a few minutes.
I'd have to fly for 1,000.
Technically,
Well, I mean, you're that 5 feet up. I mean, that's not good enough. Unless I can move. If I could move around. Oh, there's a deer in my. Just hanging out.
a deer. Uh-oh.
Or
During the
just-
day,
Yeah, just standing.
it's
It's
probably
standing.
it's probably sick if it's out during the day or hungry.
It's just standing there looking at the other neighbors.
Yeah,
That's bizarre.
well, it's probably foraging for food that it likes, which means that
Yeah.
if you're seeing a deer during the day, it usually means that their local food is depleted. So there's probably a big deer population.
Yeah, they hang around here.
Yeah, but when we see deer out in the here, it's usually their preferred food is depleted, and if you see them during the day, it's because they're hungry or they're sick.
Yeah.
So usually they bed down during the day and forage at night.
Yeah, not here. They wander around all the time. They just wander up.
maybe.
We're right by the river, so it's wildlife.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they
there's
might have changed.
I mean, I was driving to work a couple months ago, and this there's like 3 coyotes just sitting.
Don't
I thought they were dogs.
don't let
They're
the
so
dog-
mangy. They're
don't-
so mangy.
Don't let the dogs out.
A cat. They've been eating the
Yeah.
one we have a court behind us, and the one of them grabbed the neighbor's cat and ran up the court out to the main street, and the guy chased it with some pepper spray, and the thing they got it to close enough to spray it, and it drops the dead cat.
Oh, it
3
already-
small children that were playing in the yard.
Well, at
They
least
freaked out. I think
at least it knew how to kill
I
the
hate to
cat.
laugh, but I said the neighbors, man, their cat was dead, and so the neighbors telling us the story, and I hated to laugh at the way the visual.
Yeah, like, it's the circle of
Horrified.
it's a circle of life, kids. Circle of
It
life.
just drops the dead cat right in front of the kids and runs off. You know they're going to be scarred about that. They're never going to forget
I
that.
don't know. I don't think I've been scarred by dead animals.
When we were at Redwood School, there was a truck was going down the street and it hits a dog, and the dog it didn't kill it, but the dog's standing there with one of its front
Oh,
legs.
Yeah, I
Did
remember.
you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that, didn't you?
Yeah, but I don't feel
floppy. Its leg was missing.
I don't feel traumatized by that though. I mean,
No, I'm not traumatized, but it's just something remarkable that hopefully they just, they do good on 3 legs.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. If it's the front leg, they'll do fine. one of the things that used to happen around here a lot is the squirrels would like run right in front of your car.
Oh yeah, they do that here too.
They don't do it anymore. I haven't seen it for a while, but they used to do it a lot. And I've run over 2 or 3 squirrels here, and it just reached the point where it's just like, you're going to slam on your brakes, you're going to swerve off the road. And I just reached the point where I said, it's just too dangerous.
You're just mowing them over.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll slow down, but it's just like, I don't know what they were doing.
I'll stop. They run across right in front of me, and unless I'm not going to crash, trying not to hit them, but I'll stop, and they'll do that thing where they run out and run back. And
well, you're in a line of cars. You're the lead car in a line of cars. I'm not going to slam on the brakes when there's 4 cars behind me during commute hour, and I'm not going to swerve into oncoming traffic or into a tree. So I just reached the point where I said, I just can't. You just got to run them over. Did it once with the kid in the car, and it's like, oh. I said, well, and at that point I was just like, hey, so it's the way it is.
Did it go?
I don't know. I couldn't tell. I mean, it's if I didn't get it,
small.
If I didn't get it, if I didn't get it, the 3 cars behind me would. So it's just. But I haven't seen them doing that lately though, which was weird because it's like you see like they're on the side of the road and they're thinking about it, but they haven't been doing it. So maybe they know the car. They've passed down the generational knowledge. So what next do you want to talk about? You want to talk about the drone swarm?
Yeah, let's go to the drone swarm, the discovery of what probably was the cause of that.
Well,
what I understand.
Yeah, apparently I would say that most of these, I don't know, the Tic Tac video definitely is not, or the gimbal video is definitely not a drone swarm. It's something. But it sort of raises the question of the possibility that the advanced craft that are surveilling our military ships might be advanced military crafts of some sort. It raises that possibility.
Yeah.
But they, at the congressional hearing light that we had recently with the about UFOs, one of the guys got up and showed a picture of a drone, a commercial drone or whatever, the standard drone that we have today. And so the drive got a bunch of Freedom of Information releases finally based on about these drone sightings. And they, they think that they come from a Chinese freighter or from fishing vessels.
Well, they had the name of a Chinese vessel that was in the area that they suspected were launching these things off that document.
And they have a picture of it. I'm looking for the name right now. And this was presented as a solved case, according to Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray. And that's the video that the guy showed. And it was a Hong Kong flagged bulk carrier, the MV Bass Strait. And the Navy assessed that the commercial cargo ship was likely conducting surveillance on Navy vessels using drones or UAVs. Which is interesting. And then they have a nice slide showing, which I'll put up here, showing sort of the parallel path of the Bass Strait, which was paralleling the USS Paul Hamilton, conducting routine operations. I don't understand why they can't just shoot these things.
That's what I said. Just shoot it down, and
they could tell that they were commercial drones because they're going to be buzzing and they're going to have the quadcopter thing on it. And
I don't know.
Just shoot them. Just shoot them down. I'm trying to use my.
I don't know why they don't just shoot them. I mean, it's really you can't just. Well, you can obviously just harass a U.S. warship.
They were addressing that. Oh, there we go. They were addressing that and saying that some of the drones originally were following like the rules of the road, and so that was okay when they were harassing the ships. And
that's okay. That's okay. They were like over the ship. They were over the helicopter landing
Well, here
platform.
for when the one of them in one of the events, I'm not see the so the Bunker Hill had 11 drones operating nearby. The cruiser unsuccessfully attempted to contact the Bass Strait. The U.S. and continued the UAS incident continued after the Bass Strait departed the area, and it happened for 4.5 hours that this was going on. That's a durable drone. Timeline: the Bunker Hill held valid tracks of the drones, including up to an altitude of 21,000 feet.
This is pretty high-tech stuff.
This is really high. It says quadcopter-style UAS, the USS Ralph Johnson, another Burke-class destroyer, intermittent radar tracks, 10 additional drones were spotted, and the Ralph Johnson assessed the UASs as operating in a safe and professional approach that was in accordance with the international recognized COLREG rules of the road.
Ralph, is that the name of one of our warships?
Yeah, the Ralph Johnson.
That's a really boring name.
Yeah. Well, there's a style of
Tom Smith, the USS Tom Smith.
Well, there's a style. There's a certain ships are named after some ships are named after people. Some ships are named after presidents. Some ships are named after certain. There's a tradition to this stuff. So it's Ralph Johnson. He's probably a congressman or something.
Yeah, I won't speak to probably what they're picking the names.
Yeah, I mean
these days. Who knows these days what person they would be picking after?
Yeah, and then the flying triangle footage was from the USS Russell, and they were saying that was due to sort of the anomalies of the scope, the camera, and the night vision goggles, which other people.
Just Russell.
Yeah. Well,
the Russell.
The
Orville.
Yeah. So, what is the Orville named after?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a good question.
And they never address that. Are you liking the? Since we're gonna go off track here for a second, we've started over watching. It hasn't been on for like 2 years.
Oh, is it?
So we've forgotten.
Yeah,
so we had to go back. We went back. We're rewatching it to catch up. I know we watched the new episode, but we're on Hulu.
I started to watch the new episode, and then I went back to the previous season and watched the last episode of that season. And
because it addressed that one issue, and we said we didn't even remember that happening.
And I decided I have to do the same thing. I got to go back and watch it from the.
And it is fun. The Orville is a fun. In fact, the gentleman at work that I work with, he says that's the new Star Trek. He says he doesn't watch the new. He doesn't like the new Star Trek. What is it? Star Trek. The new. What's it called? New something.
New Frontiers.
New something like that. Yeah.
I watched.
We probably got that wrong. Sorry,
no, it's new Star Trek New Frontiers. I watched most.
I like it. We like it. We like it.
Most of the new episode that came out. It was okay.
Have you watched the Discovery one, Star Trek Discovery?
A little bit, but then I stopped.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I just.
There's some Captain Pike episodes that are pretty good, but it doesn't do anything for me. They can kill it.
Yeah, it got a little weird, and then.
Yeah, with the Klingon.
The Klingons were bizarre, and then
I know.
They had like weird. They had like really gross things happening, and I'm not even gonna talk about it. But there was like some really awful. They did some like really awful things with a baby or something, and it was like no. I'm not.
Roddenberry wouldn't be really happy about this.
No, I said this is not right. So anyway, then the USS Giffords saw a bunch of drones. And And then finally, they addressed the Russell. Some of them, they said Russells were the drones were characterized the behavior of drones as dangerous and not in accordance with the rules of the road. I don't understand why they can't just shoot them down if they're in violation of the rules of the road. And I also don't understand why the Navy can't go out and, or the Coast Guard, and why don't they call the Coast Guard in to inspect these ships, like the freighter, if it's a Chinese.
Are they outside international waters? Are they in our
I
space?
think they're in our waters, but the freighter, I think, sailed into L.A. or San Diego or someplace. And it's like, why don't they coordinate with the Coast Guard and the customs to inspect the ship?
Because it wouldn't be politically correct, Bill.
Oh, I don't know. It's just like, why not?
I don't know what the reason.
I mean, the Coast Guard has a right to inspect the ships for, safety things, and the Customs has the right to inspect the ship for.
Did they even figure this out while they were there? They probably were long gone by the time they completed the investigation of what they thought was happening.
Yeah. But it's still. I mean, the
that's the reality of it.
The Navy still. Why can't they, if they're being harassed by drones, why can't they specifically go talk to the ships? They were trying to radio some of these ships, and the ships just weren't responding. So then go over to the ships and then send a boat out, send a crew aboard to talk to them, or call the coast. The Navy can call the Coast Guard in and say that there's a ship that's doing weird stuff, and the Coast Guard could come out and inspect the ships just with the excuse for safety.
If you and I were in charge, we just would have shot them. I mean, that's the reality of it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would do.
Oh yeah, to shoot them.
Yeah, I'd shoot them down. And then
I don't know what the mystery. What's the mystery? Why didn't they shoot them?
Shoot them. Well, they're not. It's not like the tech is that interesting, but if they're just standard quadcopters, but just you can shoot them down if they're violating the space around the ship, and you can go talk to the local ships and question the crew and stuff. I think that minimally they could call the Coast Guard in to do that.
What's the penalty of a commander? I mean, what could have gone wrong? Are they afraid? I know they're always afraid they're going to shoot some civilians down, like has happened, over, in the Med, when we accidentally shot down a commercial jetliner.
Uh-huh.
But, these are drones. They were obviously not piloted by humans. Well,
they're not.
We hope not, but unless they're really tiny. So you shoot them. What's the penalty? I don't understand why the commander didn't take the initiative. Honestly,
there is no penalty. But I mean, these guys, once the Navy is essentially a corporation, and anytime you're a captain, you want to go higher, you have ambitions. You're not going to do anything to jeopardize your career. So, anything you're not going to take risk. Anytime anything's not in the rule book, you're going to have to ask somebody higher up, what should I do? And everything's going to, it's the world we live in now. So.
Yeah, I at this point I would have said, I of course care about my career, but I mean I would have took that risk and do it. We have to find out who's doing this and why. We know why they're just harassing us.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's just
I'm going to shoot down your very expensive drone, all of them, the phalanx.
Let's just test it out. We're just testing.
It'll only take a minute. I think I don't know how many thousands of rounds those things fire, but you could have taken out all 11 of them in less than 12 seconds.
We're just testing the equipment.
Oh, I don't know. They just got in the way.
So
we were in the military. It's easily explained. Oh, it was an accident.
Yeah,
I'll speak to the person that did that.
I mean, but we could do stuff and get away with it because it's like, what are they going to do to us? It's not like we were career. It's just like we're just there for the, whatever. And then
that's when it's the most fun.
Yeah, it's like
I don't care.
But yeah, everyone is these days with our military. Everything is political, and yeah. So. They're sending another. Did you see? They're sending another $1 billion to the Ukraine.
Iraq. Ukraine. Yeah.
They just sent approved $40 billion, and they're sending another $1 billion, and nobody knows where anything anything is going or what is happening.
Where's
to
the
anything.
money going? Yeah,
Nobody
there's
knows.
funneling into an overseas account.
Yeah, nobody
For
knows.
retire. The president's just going to vaporize one day and he's retire.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm done with it.
yeah,
We lost, and he's going to
yeah,
go. Stay. You're going to buy an island and just stay
yeah.
there.
He's going to live in Switzerland or
Yeah,
someplace and hang on to his billions of dollars, and he'll be suddenly he's a billionaire.
yeah. Where do you
How
get
did
this?
how did this guy who only makes $50,000 a year become a billionaire? We can't figure it out.
Yeah, we're not. This is going nowhere. I mean, where is it? Have you been? I haven't looked at any of it. Have you been following it? What's happening?
There's not any news really.
We
I
need to
mean,
do the Ukraine corner.
yeah,
Did you?
there's not really any news.
Did you? You haven't seen anything on it? I quit watching CNN like it was talked about a couple episodes ago
Yeah,
because it has 6 minutes of content and 40 minutes of commercials.
yeah.
So okay, yeah, I'm not doing this because but they're not. He was on the news this morning looking at some bombed out buildings.
Zelensky.
Yeah,
Was he there or was it green screen?
I don't. Yeah, who knows?
I saw this picture.
It's hard to say.
I just saw this picture of him standing in a green screen studio. So it's, I
Oh,
mean, complete. I mean, walls, floors, and it's like,
he's
okay. So
he's
what's
already on his island.
yeah? So it's like, what is he
It's
there
not
or
even in the Ukraine anymore.
yeah? Is he really there or is it green screen?
You heard
Yes.
it here first, folks.
I saw it on the news. There was a picture of him with on some site. I mean, just like when you're flipping through news things, it was just like a picture of him in a green screen studio. It's like I don't know what's going on. Should we talk about Skinwalker Ranch?
You know, yes, and I'm kind of intrigued by the the episode that just got
This one?
released a little bit. Yeah, I mean, what did you think about it? I felt a little better about it.
This one I thought was a better episode,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so they this one was called "Where's There's Smoke," and they called in Chris Bartell, who was ranch security through 2010 through 2016, and he says he was willing to talk about his experiences there because he now he's not going to sound like a nut, and he wants to keep his security clearances for his employment. But yeah, that was pretty good. He said they saw some big canine, and he showed pictures of the tracks with the tracks are like 3 feet apart. So this is like a big wolf.
Yeah, the size of a donkey.
Yeah,
That's a good sized wolf.
yeah. I don't know if it was
Well,
that
it
big.
jumped out of the brush. See, as his dogs chased, it jumped out of the brush and ran down the road.
Yeah, yeah. And then he found I guess the other guy he was with spotted a cave, and they went and they looked into it, and they found animal traps in there,
Yeah.
old animal
And they
traps.
looked, I mean, they could have been faked, but I mean, I I watched it and I said, because I'm always like, oh, this is garbage. But this time it's kind of like, oh, they look old. And were they trying to trap this? Did they know this thing was running around? Were they trying to trap it?
Well,
And
somebody at some point was trying to trap something, and they,
and why up there? Yeah, what were you trying to trap up in this cave? In the
well, that's
cave, you can't.
that's where the wolf might raise their cubs and
Yeah,
stuff, or it might just
yeah.
be its burrow. So they put traps in there for the wolves. Somebody did at some point.
Well, it's been collapsed. It's up on the up in halfway up the mesa. Yeah, they do the coordinates. Did you look on Google Earth and look at it?
Not
I
specific.
looked at
No,
it.
no, not for the specific
You're
side
not
of
gonna
the.
look at the entry to the cave.
Well, they showed it on the screen during the show. You could just see where it is. I mean,
Yeah,
I've looked the ranch over in the past. The area. It's the mesa. It's the slope to the mesa above the triangle. I mean,
yeah.
I know the ranch
I don't
almost
know.
as good as the people that work there.
I don't. When you look at Google Earth, and I've seen this while flying. You probably know what this is. What's the big circle? It's like it's a crop or something maybe, but it's a gigantic circle. You know how
It's
you'll
it's
fly over like
those are landing sites for UFOs. I
UFO
mean, the
landing
circles.
site.
It's the irrigation things for the farmlands. They're automatic, and they just rotate. They walk and water. They roll and water in a big circle.
Okay, because it's a giant. Number one, it's gigantic.
Well, the thing is, I think they're water powered. Remember the old?
Yeah, I remember that thing runs over your hose like a little tractor.
The little tractor, yeah. You run it and
Yeah.
it'll walk around the yard. It's essentially the same principle, except what they do is they stretch it out over a longer distance, and it's got wheels, and it's sprinklers, and I think the water runs the whole thing, and it just slowly creeps along in a big circle, and this water's a big area. I've seen them. I mean, you can, if you go anywhere
it's
rural,
weird. It's right next to the ranch. I mean, it's right, and then if you look, there's I don't know, it's really relevant, but there's a reservoir that's above the ranch. Doesn't look too far away either. I mean, it's kind of bizarre, but yeah, the cave. So anyway, the mesa, the cave. They surmise that the cave has been imploded somehow, and they tried to, or it just fell, or it's just erosion or whatever. But you can do, and really their story with what they say is possible is that there's, tunnels underneath things, and can't you get a plane with LiDAR and look to see where the voids are? Have they done this yet?
I don't know.
They always do the thing where they tow it around like a lawnmower. They did that one before, but
I've seen a bunch of stuff with like ground penetrating radar, and people have always it's never worked well.
Yeah, well, they did. You saw the one that flew. And a side note, they flew over the old Aztec civilization, and that's how they're finding all these new. They had a whole civilization there, and why did they? I think. What do we think? Drought for the Aztecs. What happened to the whole?
The Aztecs. It's called the Spaniards.
Yeah, well, they eliminated all of the. I mean, they eliminated. You think the sheer numbers of them?
There were 22 million, or there were 20 million people living in the Mexico City basin when the Aztec came in, and the Cortez and his men brought smallpox.
And what was it? Disease?
Smallpox had a 90% fatality rate on the population. So they had, I see the little reservoir. So they had, I see the big. Yeah, those are just. They're just
crops of some kind.
It's just.
But it's weird because
they're landing sites for UFOs. So the Aztec brought European diseases, and it wiped out like 90% of the population. Montezuma, when they were, I think they laid siege to the city, Mexico City. Montezuma, the leader, actually got smallpox and I think died. It's been a long time since I've read a book for a class called The Hummingbird and something. And it talks about the collapse of the Aztec Empire. There's a lot of factors, but yeah, it was mostly disease. Just came in and devastated the population. That's why Cortez, main reason, well, lots of reasons, but Cortez did a good job. Pizarro basically took the Cortez formula and applied it to the Incas in Peru too. So same thing, diseases and enlisting allies which are disgruntled with the empire. So it's sort of like what Russia is doing with the United States now.
Well, why didn't Cortez and all that, or who invaded them? Was it Cortez?
Cortez.
So why didn't we populate? I mean, we had this gigantic empire with the infrastructure looked pretty good. Why didn't they occupy it after they destroyed them?
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why.
They're gone now. What happened? Why did they leave?
Who's gone?
Everybody's gone. It's all grown over
in Mexico.
Well, not Mexico, but that maybe that's them. Okay, I get it. All right, it's Mexico City.
In Mexico,
they moved aside and they built a town. Okay, I got it. But they've got all these pyramids and roads and
90%.
Maybe they did.
90% of the population was dead. People that had skills to maintain everything are dead. I mean, it just devastated the entire thing. Take the United States and kill 90% of the people. I mean, are we going to have power plants? Are power plants going to be still running?
They bring people from your side over and do the work.
From your
This is
side?
what's happening in the Ukraine.
What's
This
that?
is what's happening in the Ukraine. Yeah, they fly them. Oh no, they can't fly them over. They bring them. They can't get enough people over there to do anything.
So
And
I
they
mean,
probably
yeah,
didn't care.
yeah.
They just plundered it and left. They
Who,
didn't care.
the
And they
Ukraine
left.
or as or,
Both.
oh, they
That's
colonized.
what's gonna happen in both.
Yeah, Mexico.
Yeah.
Poor Ukraine. It's just a mess. And I don't think we're helping anybody by our involvement. So anyway, the next thing that they did is they got went to the radio station.
Yeah.
And played that recording that they had from the 1.6 gigahertz signal. And then apparently a bunch of locals filmed a bunch of moving lights. Do you see that video?
Yeah, they brought them the light video from the same. They said they surmised that they poked the hornet's nest or something, and that the lights came out.
Poked the hornet's nest. Yeah, so that was
like my daddy used to say.
Yeah, poke the bear. So yeah, that was interesting. Although I don't, it's that the video that the local people shot of the lights was very cool, and that area actually is known for a lot of UFO activity.
Yeah.
And in fact, you got a book here somewhere on that area. I don't remember which one it is. To look. But it's we got a whole book because a guy in the 50s documented hundreds of UFO sightings in that area. Which is here it is. It's the UFO, Utah UFO display by Frank B. Salisbury, PhD.
Salisbury is somebody we know.
Yeah, 400 UFO sightings in the Utah's Uintah Basin, and this is where Skinwalker Ranch is. This is the whole thing. So this area is known. I should look at my books. This area is known for lots and lots of UFO sightings. So, but that I thought was a very cool video, and I would like to see more about it, more of an investigation of that video. But they always, we'll see what happens. They always seem to have, they lack a lot of follow through on their sightings and stuff like that. So, and then they brought in a explosives guy to look at the slope and render his opinion, and he felt that the slope had been collapsed, but potentially on purpose, is the way that he looked at it. And you can sort of see that if you look at the satellite map.
Yeah.
You can see some of the areas look like they're naturally slumped, and then that area looks collapsed.
It's weird. It's almost I mean, there's a lot of boulders and stuff on it. It almost looks man-made. It's weird.
Well, I mean, if you do the satellite and you go in and you look at the map, you can actually look at different areas, and on that mesa, and it definitely, the area, I agree with what the guy said, it definitely looks different. Where's the triangle? It looks different from, there's the triangle. It looks like a triangle. You can see where there's lots of slumping on all these places because you got the guys talking about it. You got dirt, and then you got fill, and then you got, and that one slope, it's just a big tumble of rocks, and not so much, the dirt that's pushed underneath when the thing collapses. So yeah,
I mean, can they drive trucks? I don't know how the top is kind of flat, right?
Yeah, there's roads. There's roads and trails up there, and it's not very high. I see that guy. I mean, they climb up pretty quick.
They could have taken dump trucks full of these boulders and tried to do.
No,
but why would they even hide it?
Why are they trying to hide it? It collapsed, or somebody was blasting. Who knows? But yeah. So they're that was interesting. So there was a larger cave. Oh, and then they did the smoke bombs, which was pretty
That
cool.
was interesting.
Yeah,
That was real interesting.
because the smoke bombs, and they were throwing them in this one hole, and they just kept getting sucked in and not coming out
Yeah.
anywhere. So
That's intriguing.
Yeah.
And that couldn't fake that. So I
Yeah.
don't know how that.
yeah, no, that's
I don't know how they did that.
I'm not saying that the show that they fake things with this. What I'm saying is that what they do is they just don't follow up on anything. So
Yeah.
it's just like they it's like the laser when they're shining the laser. It's like, okay, we have a tool where we can now sort of map out a potential anomaly that we're seeing, but they only do it in that one little spot. They don't like run around. We got a tool where we can see or run to another spot, see if you're seeing the same thing. So it's just an artifact of the laser and not a genuine anomaly. It's just follow through on these things. But the smokes was really good, throwing the smoke into the holes. And I guess in the next episode, they're going to bring in a drilling crew, like with.
Oh, are they? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I watched to the end where they sort of like talk about the next episode. They're going to bring in a drilling crew, like with Blind Frog Ranch would do a lot of this. They'd bring in these crews to drill around looking for voids in the cave system underneath the ranch. So now it's getting interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say,
Yeah.
because we've been complaining. I mean, people that I know that watch the show are like, "Boy, you guys hate that show." And
I don't hate.
Yeah, I don't really hate it, but I just it's so dumb.
It's
because they don't really get to anything.
Yeah, they just don't, they're not following through on stuff. So they have this video where they have a bunch of moving lights. I like to see a follow through on that. It's like, was it aircraft in the area? Did they go and talk to the people that shot the video, which they probably could do if they wanted to, and get more information.
Yeah.
So it was a good it was a good episode. I would say that this was one of the better ones.
Yeah.
And
best one I've seen.
Yeah. And I'm thinking the next one might even be better. Travis Taylor looked like he was in pain at one point where they're sitting and talking. It just looked like he was in pain. It's like, come on, guy, perk up. He looked, come on, perk up.
Drained. Just drained. I do so many of the, he does it all. You see him all over the place.
Well, this is probably getting, I don't know how many episodes this series has, so there might probably a couple more episodes. He's probably just getting worn out. I think their schedule is just like crazy when they go out there and they do this stuff. So yeah, I don't
know how much film they do to actually get the finished product. Doesn't I mean I don't
know, a lot. So
yeah,
we're coming up on an hour, and I guess next time we'll talk about the Chinese Sky Eye, which says they thought that they saw a alien signal, and then there was a rebuttal article in the New York Times, which you sent me. And,
I did, yes.
And the Chinese, this article is supposedly, they kept saying it was put online and then deleted, but the link that I found went right to this Chinese article, and then I translated it with Google Translate. Actually, the translation's really good. So I don't know, the original article, which is titled "Searching for Extraterrestrial Civilization, China Sky Found Suspicious Signals." Science and Technology Daily Reporter He Xing-Shu. It's there. I mean, you can.
Is it He Xing-Shu?
Yeah, He Xing-Shu. You can actually. I mean, if you translate this article, it's a good article. It translates well. We'll talk about that next time. And then the New York Times has to come up and say, "No, got to be." All right, we need to talk about this next time. This will be interesting.
We will. I'll leave it on the board.
Yeah, this is what else is on the board for next week.
Well, we've got the My Struggle X-Files episode.
Oh, we might or might not get to that. Okay.
Yeah, we'll leave it on there, whether or not we get to it.
Yeah, and the
Sky Eye from
Sky Eye,
too.
and then we'll do more
we'll
stuff.
add some stuff.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the latest episode of the Alien Probe Podcast. We welcome comments, questions, or requests to alienprobepodcast@gmail.com. Visit us on Facebook at Alien Probe Twitter and Instagram, Alien Probe Pod, YouTube, like and subscribe to, and we'll go right to the top if you put in Alien Probe Podcast, space Doug Anthony, Alien Probe Podcast, all separate words. Thanks to our senior producer, Robert Anthony. And thank you again, Dr. Bill.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Watch the skies, everybody. All right. We'll talk to you soon.